Okay, we're back. I said to you in the other video about the Haynes discount code. I forgot to put the dashes in. So, there you go. Romeo Sierra Uniform November, dash. Zulu Romeo Whiskey Romeo, dash. Oscar Kilo India, 0. Right? 7% off. Thought I'd share the love. I'll give you a little bit of history as to why I went for the Viking Combisaw. Okay, I was looking at not replacing but adding to my Browning takedown saw. I couldn't find any. I don't know whether or not they've stopped producing them, but I love the principle of this saw, how it's compact, easy, broken down, and I have it in my gear bag all the time. My wild camping gear bag. So I wanted to get another one. I think either the blade is stretched or these have moved, but for some reason I can't get her really tight anymore. She still does the job if I needed to, and the handle was a bit blah blah blah. Love it, but I've had it for 3 years, and I was looking for another saw to replace it. Like I said, couldn't find another one. I was looking on YouTube, of all places, and there was this dude from, sorry, some kindling on the floor. There was a dude, I think he's from the Yukon, and he had one of these, and he'd had it for 26 years. Bye! That's wee Joel shouting at me. 26 years he'd had it for, and I thought, well, if those guys in the Yukon, and it's lasted 26 years, I think I had to replace a bolt up there, but that was it. Everything else was working fine. This saw comes with 3 blades. In the description, there's wood blade, meat blade, and let me turn that around. It says what it is. Right, son! Metal blade. And they all fit down inside this. So you snap it together like this. Open it up. They all fit inside there. Okay? So I'm just going to snap her back onto that. And you can feel the tension. She's good. Let me just, a quick explanation on different saws and different blades and what makes a good blade, what makes a bad blade. Now, I have been cutting some of this seasoned dead wood, and yeah, you'd expect it to go through that, not a problem, and she goes through it. That's thick old wood, and she went through that, not a problem at all. Now, cheap blades, I think they're just stamped out of spring steel, and that's it. That's what you get, is that stamp out. Now, a more expensive blade, you may be able to pick it up, but the teeth go left and right, left and right, left and right, and they're heat treated. So you'll actually see along the blade, you'll see those scorch marks or the bluing of the steel. And the reason for that, with dry seasoned wood, it's not so much of an issue. A cheap blade will go through, I won't say as well, but it won't clog up, because what normally happens with dry wood is it dusts and it just comes out. Now with green wood, live wood, this is sort of material that we may be using when we're building shelters. So it's got a bit of flex, a bit of whip in it. It's not going to snap. that tends to clog up the teeth. Now, if you've got teeth that are going left and right, it'll push your shavings out of the way, ready for the next cut. There are ways of getting around this. You can use a bit of beeswax or a bit of candle wax on the blade, or a bit of WD-40, you spray it on there, and that will overcome some of the sticking issues. But I prefer the quality blade. So we'll take a wander down the lane. Bear in mind, it is really blowy. I think that's it, because after this video, we're going to have a look at the Clicker Clacks video. Right, let's go for a wander. Prepare yourselves, because it is blowy and it is windy. But like I say, one of my jobs, maybe a couple of times a year, I have to cut back some of these limbs, some of these branches of our lane, because it does tend to encroach on vehicles, especially the big oil lorry that comes up. Bit of an update on the wind turbine. You're going to get mentally blown, ain't you? Here, the wind turbine. It actually isn't that bad. Don't really notice it anymore. It's not an issue. So if you're having one of those wind turbines generator stuck up next to you, it's not the end of the world, really. It can be a little annoying, you know, just the thought that, you know, someone's putting up a massive eyesore, but you get used to it. Right, you can see here, you know, last year I cut them back. You can see the cut marks. So we're going to give it another go. Let's just start on that limb there, shall we? Like I said, it's a wet wood, green wood, that's going to give you jip. If she's going to stick, it's going to be now. Wow. Like through butter. That's awesome. Shall I try a bigger limb? See how she goes through that. Wow. Oh, you know what? I was impressed with my my Browning takedown saw when I got her, but she didn't go through it as quickly as that. Should try. Oh, very cool. Shall I go for a big bit? See what happens. I don't want to look silly now. Wow, wait. Really? Yeah. Happy days from a tiny little saw like that. Now, that's what you get. Made in Sweden. Happy days. Right. While I'm down there, I'm going to carry on doing some bits and pieces. There's just something about when you see that something's made in a certain place, made in Sweden, made in Germany, made in the USA, you know it's quality. You don't really question it, do you? Made in China, made in Sweden, right. Happy days. Dead chuff with that. Shall we put it down? Right. 3 blades. Go back in. Nice and neat. Right, I'm going to get you out of the wind, because that's nasty. Happy days. Viking takedown. No, the Viking Combi, they call it. Or the EKA. Or EKA, whatever. I'll give you the link. Dead chuff with that. That's incredible. Right. Yeah. Right. God bless.